Our planet is in peril. We face a myriad of environmental and societal challenges that threaten the very fabric of life as we know it. From the escalating impacts of climate change to the silent extinction of species, the warning signs are clear. The urgency of the situation demands immediate action. We must confront these challenges with courage and determination, for the future of Earth and humanity itself hangs in the balance. The challenges we face are multifaceted and interconnected. Climate change is altering weather patterns, intensifying natural disasters, and disrupting ecosystems. The loss of biodiversity weakens our planet's resilience, leaving it vulnerable to shocks and disruptions. Water scarcity and contamination threaten human health and agricultural production. Geological and nuclear risks loom large, reminding us of Earth's inherent power and the potential for catastrophic events. Beyond these natural threats, we also face human-made risks. The rapid advancements in biotechnology raise ethical concerns and potential unintended consequences. Economic instability and cybersecurity threats undermine global security and stability. The emergence of new pandemics highlights the fragility of human society and the importance of global cooperation in the face of shared threats. The time for complacency is over. We must act decisively and collectively to mitigate these risks and build a more sustainable and resilient future. The task ahead is daunting, but not insurmountable. By embracing scientific understanding, fostering international cooperation, and promoting sustainable practices, we can chart a path towards a brighter future. The fate of our planet and the generations to come rests on our shoulders. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. Its impacts are being felt across the globe. Rising global temperatures are melting glaciers and ice sheets, contributing to rising sea levels that threaten coastal communities and island nations. Extreme weather events, such as hurricanes, droughts, and wildfires are becoming more frequent and intense, causing widespread destruction and displacement. The scientific evidence for climate change is overwhelming. Decades of research have established a clear link between human activities, primarily the burning of fossil fuels, and the increasing concentrations of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. These gases trap heat, leading to a gradual warming of the planet. The consequences of inaction are dire, including more extreme weather, sea level rise, and disruptions to ecosystems and human societies. Addressing climate change requires a global effort to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and transition to cleaner sources of energy. This includes investing in renewable energy technologies, improving energy efficiency, and promoting sustainable land use practices. International agreements such as the Paris Agreement provide a framework for collective action, but much more needs to be done to accelerate the transition to a low-carbon future. The Earth is experiencing an unprecedented loss of biodiversity, with species disappearing at an alarming rate. The International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, estimates that over 1 million species are threatened with extinction, many within decades. This silent extinction is driven by habitat loss, climate change, pollution, and invasive species, all consequences of human activities. The loss of biodiversity has profound implications for the functioning of ecosystems and the services they provide. Ecosystems regulate climate, purify air and water, pollinate crops, and provide food and resources. As species disappear, ecosystems become less resilient and more vulnerable to collapse. This loss of resilience threatens human well-being and the stability of our planet. Protecting biodiversity requires a multi-pronged approach, including habitat conservation, restoration, and sustainable management practices. This involves establishing protected areas, reducing pollution and waste, combating invasive species, and promoting sustainable agriculture and forestry practices. International cooperation is crucial to address transboundary conservation challenges and ensure the long-term survival of Earth's rich tapestry of life. Water, the elixir of life, is becoming increasingly scarce and contaminated in many parts of the world. Population growth, industrialization, and unsustainable agricultural practices are putting immense pressure on freshwater resources. Climate change is exacerbating these challenges, altering precipitation patterns and intensifying droughts. Water scarcity has dire consequences for human health, food security, and economic development. It leads to competition for resources, social unrest, and displacement. Water contamination from industrial waste, agricultural runoff, and sewage poses serious health risks and undermines the availability of safe drinking water. Addressing water challenges requires a comprehensive approach that includes sustainable water management practices, improved sanitation and hygiene, and investments in water infrastructure. This involves promoting water conservation, reducing pollution, and developing innovative technologies for water treatment and reuse. International cooperation is essential to manage shared water resources and ensure equitable access to clean water for all. Section 5. The tremors beneath. Geological and nuclear risks. Beneath Earth's surface lie powerful forces that can unleash devastating earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and tsunamis. These geological events remind us of our planet's inherent volatility and the potential for catastrophic consequences. Human activities such as mining and oil and gas extraction can also trigger earthquakes and other geological hazards. Nuclear risks arising from accidents at nuclear power plants or the potential use of nuclear weapons pose a grave threat to human civilization. The Chernobyl disaster and the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster serve as stark reminders of the devastating consequences of nuclear accidents. The proliferation of nuclear weapons raises the specter of a global nuclear conflict with potentially unimaginable consequences. Mitigating geological and nuclear risks requires a combination of preparedness, technological advancements, and international cooperation. Early warning systems, building codes, and disaster preparedness plans can help minimize the impacts of geological events. Strengthening nuclear safety regulations, promoting nuclear disarmament, and preventing nuclear proliferation are crucial steps to avert nuclear disasters. Section 6. Cosmic threats. Asteroids and solar flares. The vastness of space holds both wonder and potential danger. Asteroids, remnants from the formation of our solar system, hurtle through space, and some pose a potential collision course with Earth. While most asteroids are small and burn up in the atmosphere, larger ones can cause significant damage or even trigger mass extinctions. Solar flares, intense bursts of energy from the sun, can disrupt communications, damage satellites, and cause widespread power outages. These events highlight our dependence on technology and the vulnerability of our interconnected world to cosmic phenomena. While we cannot prevent solar flares, we can improve our resilience by developing early warning systems and hardening our infrastructure against their impacts. Monitoring and tracking potentially hazardous asteroids is crucial to mitigate the risk of a catastrophic impact. Space agencies around the world are actively engaged in asteroid detection and tracking programs. Strategies for deflecting or destroying asteroids are being researched and developed, providing a potential defense against these cosmic threats. Section 7. The unseen dangers, environmental toxins. Our modern world is awash in a sea of chemicals, many of which pose significant risks to human health and the environment. Industrial pollutants, pesticides, heavy metals, and plastic waste contaminate our air, water, and soil, disrupting ecosystems and affecting human health. The long-term impacts of many of these toxins are still not fully understood, but evidence suggests they can contribute to cancer, developmental disorders, and other health problems. The ubiquitous nature of plastic waste, its persistence in the environment, and its potential to leach harmful chemicals is a growing concern. Microplastics, tiny particles of plastic debris, are now found throughout the oceans, contaminating marine life and potentially entering the human food chain. The accumulation of toxins in the environment poses a silent threat to human health and the ecological balance of our planet. Reducing our reliance on toxic chemicals, developing safer alternatives, and improving waste management practices are crucial steps to mitigate the risks of environmental toxins. This involves stricter regulations on chemical production and use, promoting sustainable manufacturing processes, and investing in research and development of environmentally friendly materials and technologies. Section 8, the human factor, biotechnology, economic instability, cybersecurity, and pandemics. Human ingenuity has led to remarkable advancements in biotechnology, but these advancements also raise ethical concerns and potential risks. Gene editing technologies, while holding the promise of curing diseases, also raise the specter of unintended consequences and the potential for misuse. The release of genetically modified organisms into the environment raises concerns about their impact on biodiversity and ecosystem functioning. Economic instability driven by factors such as income inequality, resource scarcity, and financial crises can undermine social cohesion and lead to conflict and unrest. Cybersecurity threats, ranging from data breaches to ransomware attacks, pose a growing risk to critical infrastructure, businesses, and individuals, highlighting the vulnerability of our increasingly interconnected world. Pandemics, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, demonstrate the fragility of human society and the interconnectedness of our world. The rapid spread of infectious diseases can overwhelm healthcare systems, disrupt economies, and cause widespread social and economic disruption. Strengthening public health systems, improving global cooperation, and developing effective vaccines and treatments are essential to mitigate the risks of future pandemics. Section 9, a call to action towards a sustainable and resilient future. The challenges facing our planet are complex and interconnected, demanding a unified and comprehensive response. A sustainable future requires a fundamental shift in our relationship with the environment, embracing principles of stewardship, and recognizing the interconnectedness of human society and the natural world. International cooperation is paramount in addressing global challenges such as climate change, biodiversity loss, and pandemics. Collaborative efforts are essential to share knowledge, resources, and technology, and to develop and implement effective solutions. Sustainable development, balancing economic growth with environmental protection and social equity, is the guiding principle for a resilient future. Investing in education, scientific research, and technological innovation is crucial to develop sustainable solutions and build a more resilient future. Empowering individuals, communities, and nations to make informed choices and take collective action is essential for a sustainable future. The future of our planet and the well-being of generations to come rests on our collective shoulders. The time for action is now. Please like and subscribe